All right, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Cigar and Coffee Talk, where we dig into some real topics with real people and have real conversations. So we're gonna keep it raw and funky with you today. So our first topic of the day is, what do we think the state of Black culture is currently? I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna have Ricky start us off here.
Ooh. Man, that's a tough one. Uh it's crazy because and D, I think you know this, man. Like man, you used to always whoop my ass playing Madden with Detroit Lions. And if you go on my Facebook, like it was some controversy yesterday because somebody said Dan Campbell, great coach, Jim Caldwell, failure. And I said, hold on, bro, context matters. Like my roommate, huge Lions fan, used to kick my ass with Megatron and Stafford and Sue. Like they had some dogs, but Campbell poured his heart out in that team because he felt like he was going to get fired and didn't get his opportunity. And Jim Caldwell, they felt like they reached the ceiling with him. Somebody in the comments said, man, bro, you suffer from privilege. Like
Mhm.
you see the world through a white lens. And I that's when I knew like we're not dissecting things and understanding and comprehending. Like me, myself as a brother, I would never like uh turn down the propensity or like talk about the way someone's living. Like as a man, first, we're not supposed to struggle, we're supposed to create. So am I supposed to feel sad that, I started out from Section 8 and now I stay in the suburbs? Or am I supposed to talk about my experiences and how I feel? So I think the state of the culture is flawed, but we can only do what we've been prone to see. So with that being said, I think we definitely need some work, but we also need some leaders and some people to aspire to see that put us in a positive light.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Rick. We definitely are flawed. Just when I think, man, just like the things we celebrate, right? Like, I always say social media did some great things, but it also exposed so many negatives, especially in a Black culture, because when social media was brought into existence, I don't think the expectations was to tarnish people's legacies. And honestly, that's what social media has the ability to do, because we don't get excited about people succeeding. You know what I mean? This is proven. Like this is proven. Like we celebrate people's failures. Like people become memes. Those are the things that populate over our timeline time and time again. We celebrate the wrong things. We celebrate people that live criminal lifestyles. Like people, we celebrate somebody coming home for doing 30 years or whatever, and we don't even congratulate the man that went out and got a doctorate degree. You know what I mean? It gets overlooked. It's just like you give them a hand clap, but you just keep on going about your day. So I agree with you 100% on that one, Rick. Chris?
Uh, just as far as like I mean, like we always knew that we are, the driving force of trends and just the driving forces is like, of course, like we do have, our sports figures, which are, uh, you know, in back in the day, that was the only point or lottery ticket we had. Back in the day was like, hey, but they say either a wicked jump shot or you could write a rhyme back in the day. So even now, we are uh, everything to everybody, but the same token, anytime we do something not, either we're in the news all the time, but we're shamed. So it's like if you're not a black celebrity or black figure, it's like, okay, we love LeBron James, but I'm still gonna, hurry up and close the door to the elevator if I see you coming behind me. It's only accepted like if you're a public figure. But the same token, we always, like you were saying, we're flawed. We've always had the okay, hey, this boy's on top. You know what I'm saying? But hey, did you did you reach back or beside you, look beside you? Did you pick up your brother?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be Tony Montana, but
Yeah,
you know what happened to Manolo? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
even then, I mean, I've always tried to reach back or like it don't mean shit if we all not what I'm saying on the same playing field. And
right.
I just feel like we all what I'm saying everybody would be kingpin and
Mhm.
like it's on everybody, but like bro, like we need each other though. Like and I even for me the longest I always said, man, asking for help has always been my Achilles heel, but we just need to uplift each other. But at the end of the day,
Yeah, that's facts.
but
LeBron James is a great example. Like I watch people hate him, love him, hate him, and love him again or whatever. Like society literally told everybody like, and they hate him for stuff that we shouldn't even be putting on him or whatever. We hate him because he not being an activist enough in our community or whatever. We asking a billionaire basketball player to carry these many roles, and we don't ever ask any other athlete to carry on his shoulders what he have. And society will tell you we should hate him because he chooses not to speak on certain subjects. DJ.
I just say I agree with what you guys are saying. Me, I think the culture is messed up because we focus more on like athletes and rappers. That's where I think our culture goes at it instead of focusing on black businessmen or don't have to be black businessman, but just like the business world or preachers or stuff like that. Instead of like we're focusing on just we got to make it being a rapper, we got to make it being an athlete. You don't make it in that, you can't make it no other way. So I think the trend is just us seeing stuff on TV that way instead of watching. We gotta open our kids up to watching different things instead of just like that channel of stuff.
That's facts. That's facts. Be Bolden.
That's pretty much it. Short and
Yeah,
sweet.
I pretty much agree with y'all. Yeah, about the way, especially with social media, the way we see things. Just like DJ said, it seems like for the culture, we can't really make it unless you like either an athlete or a rapper. And it's like if you don't make it with them in them two fields, like there's really no hope, like far as for us. So yeah, I pretty much agree with y'all.
Do y'all think it was ever a time where you felt like Black culture was kind of top tier? Do you think it was a period of time where you feel like Black culture was successful in a sense?
Yeah,
oh man, that's for sure. The '70s and '80s, that's for sure. Like the Black Panther movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
Black unity is at its finest. Even the goddamn, even beyond Black culture, the goddamn Woodstock and shit. I mean, well, even though motherfuckers were doing shrooms and holding hands all goddamn day, but 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 it was a time of unity. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
ain't about to cliche it, but everything was all good. We had Black families and things of that nature, but
yeah,
once they I don't want to go in depth with it, but once they shipped some drugs and because cocaine was a party, right at the Roxy and shit, and once I'm not gonna speculate, but once some crack cocaine came into play, everything went to hell, especially in our inner cities,
I agree with
Uh,
you. Drugs played a major role in Black community.
I-
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think another thing that comes to mind for me, and the reason it comes to mind is because we're getting ready to celebrate Martin Luther King Day, right? And so I remember his last speech or whatever. He said he may have made a mistake because he felt like he was leading us into a burning building. He was referring to us integrating with the other side because he realized, you know what I mean, that we should have been building our own. Like we were so caught up in getting a piece of a pie of another community that was thriving on their own that we forgot that we was thriving on
Right.
our own, and we had our own baby
Correct.
hospitals and all these things or whatever, and we basically sacrificed all those things to come be a part of this other community. And so I think that kind of set us back a little bit too.
Yeah, I say the same. Well, I really think like just first, like man, like you have to look at two things. Like first, we're spiritual beings. Then two, we're human beings. You know, spiritually, what have we done? And for the culture, I say 90s was probably its most pinnacle, where you like everything was heartfelt, everything like you poured your heart and soul out into it, and like you know we just burst out onto the scene where there was in living color, other people giving other people an opportunity, and then you see Martin do that, like basically reach one, teach one. Then not only that, like Eddie Murphy teaching comedians were taking it from Richard Pryor and teaching people how to be not only entertainers but businessmen. Um, and then Tupac, and then also like you look at Queen Latifah talking about promoting love and like equality and unity. So I definitely think there's always been a spark there. But Black Wall Street definitely paved the way to where it's like, you know, with the faith of a mustard seed, look what kind of community we can build if we simply just have like a homogeneous thought and like put our ideas together. Anything's possible. Uh, I definitely think that's still doable, but we have to start with like healing first. Like we have to work on healing each other. Like you shouldn't have to depend on any particular race or person to say why you didn't help me out. This is why I'm stuck in my life. You have to first say, I want to be successful. Then now I'm going to go give back to teach someone else who aspires to do the same thing that I'm doing. And I think that's what we started. In some kind of way we got lost within on the journey of doing that.
How you feel got lost? My bad to just jump in, but what you mean by that?
Like so prime example, say for instance, if I'm an aspiring businessman, like I think it was either Kevin Hart or Eddie Murphy said like there could only be one at one particular time. Or you never seen Denzel and Will Smith work with each other and like the height of their career. So now that like there's this hatred between like us, like, oh well shit, DJ made it. How come Ricky didn't make it? Like Ricky never asked DJ why DJ made it and you didn't look out for me, but someone else assumed that. And then now there's beef. And it's like,
Yeah.
I think DJ take care of himself. And if Ricky's a creator, DJ can't help Ricky, and that's okay. Ricky needs to figure out what does he want to do. But if Ricky and DJ are both creators, and Ricky asks DJ a question and DJ helps him, that's how we can kind of move on without getting lost. I think that answers it. I hope that answers.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that's what's wrong with our culture now. Like back in the day, we kind of looked out for each other. Now it's hate. Like we don't want to see, we want to make it, but we don't want others to make it. You know, we want to be that person that made it, and then don't want to help each other out. Back in the day, it was like everybody was trying to come up. You know, everybody had that. Let's look out for the Black community. Now it's
one another.
I just want to make it. Let's hate on the other Black man.